Hey guys, again in this video we are going to discuss TPA and a TPA question. These are the questions which are bothering so many students, so I just thought that I'll just make the video of all the questions of TPA one by one. So here is also one of the addition in it. Now here the question says that a university professor teaches an introductory class with n students. On the first exam, the average of the n scores was exactly 72.5. Now the average of n students was 72.5. That means we could say the total of n students should be equal to 72.5 multiplied by n. Now remember one thing, that average just helps us calculate the total. Therefore I always calculate total whenever the question gives me the average without even thinking whether I really need that information or not, because usually most of the time it's always needed. Now next line. After the exam, a new student is transferred into the classroom, and the student had already taken the same exam in another professor's class. The new average score on the exam, including the n scores of the original students, and the new student with the score S now exactly was 72.4. So the total score of all the students, now how many students do we have in total? N plus 1, because one more student has joined. Earlier total was 72.5n, and now the new student has come up with a score of S, so the total score should be this plus S. And we have been given that the average of all the new students included together, that means average of n plus 1 students is 72.4, which means can I say this total should also be equal to 72.4 multiplied by n? Yes, of course we can say that. Now that we have reached to this place, now we have to just simplify the statements. We have to simplify this part. That means I'm just going to write 72.5n minus 72.4n is equal to S. And oh, there is a mistake that I've made. What? That is, when I wrote it 72.4 into n, it should have been n plus 1 actually. Why n plus 1? Because the total number of students has now become n plus 1. So many a times it happens that we sometimes make mistake, but your job is to understand where the mistake is being made. Like I did make mistake here, but I improvised. Now, so what exactly are we getting here? So what we are getting is, okay, this plus S is equal to 72.4. So I have 0.1 of n plus S is equal to 72.4. Now the question is asking which of the following values can fit into the values of n plus S. Still the question is slightly challenging. Now one thing is that I can start substituting some values of n and s, and then I just see when am I getting 72.4. But the thing is that I understand that this s is going to contribute significantly to the 72.4 because there is no multiplication of 0.1 here. So let me start from somewhere in between. If I take s to be 64, I just chose the middle value so that I can understand whether I have to move to the values smaller than that or greater than that. So I see that if I add 64 here, in 64 what do I need to add to make it 72.4? Then the answer comes 8.4. That means I should have got 84 somewhere here, which I don't have. So I understand that 64 is possibly not the acceptable value of s, and the value of s should be increased so that the value of n could be decreased, and the sum remains 672.4. Knowing this, I am just simply moving. Also, if you just analyze little more, you understand this is 8.4. This will come 2 units down if you make 2 units up here. That means simply we should make it 66 so that the value here at 8.4 comes out to be 6.4, so that the addition comes here as 72.4. Now you see 66 and 64, these are two values available amongst the option where the value of n should be chosen as 64, which on multiplying with 0.1 becomes 6.4. The value of s should be 66. So the answer for this question is C option in the first column and E option in the second column. I hope you enjoyed this transition. So what I wanted to do in this video was to make it very human so that you understand that people make mistake. Even we as an expert make mistake, but making the mistake does not make us weak. Identifying that mistake makes us rather stronger. So if you make a mistake like I did here, you just have to improvise, understand that there is some mistake made here, and then move on. I understood that the equation was not coming appropriately. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you really enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe my YouTube channel. There are about 1200 videos which can be greatly useful for you, and every subscription helps me reach out to more candidates. Thank you so much.